to Third Phase of Moon. For our first video, Manuel Sanchez, UFO hunter from Mexico, captures a metallic cube flying in the air. Now let's get to it right now.
Unidentified flying object. Unidentified flying object.
For our next video, Gary Ablett captures something off the western coast of Australia with his GoPro Hero 3. What was amazing is that he didn't know what he filmed until he got home. Now let's take a look at this quick UFO darting in the sky.
What is that thing? I'm not swearing because I'm actually freaking out here.
Oh shit! Oh, that got so bright. Do it again, come on. Oh my lord!
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. My name is Blake Cousins and we're live via Skype all the way from Australia. And we're gonna go over incredible videos captured by Dylan Securi from the Australian Phenomenon, and he's got a great YouTube channel and incredible videos, and I really want to thank him for joining us right here at Third Phase of Moon. Dylan, let's get to some of this incredible video that you shot in broad daylight. What was going on? What were you thinking? The people are watching it right now. Welcome to Third Phase of Moon, Dylan.
Thank you. Thanks, Blake.
Wow, this broad daylight sighting that we're looking at is some kind of cylindrical, bright light underneath. What was going on in this video? I don't know what it is. What were you thinking in Australia as you captured it?
Well, I saw it rising in the south, and I wasn't quite sure what it was. I thought it was a plane at first. Then when I got to zoom in on it with my JVC, I just noticed that it was just dark and it just had a light at the bottom, and I'd never seen anything like that before. And I assumed immediately that, I couldn't identify it, so I just left it as unidentified until somebody could try and identify it on YouTube.
Well, you've been looking, you're basically a UFO hunter right there in Australia, and you've captured some incredible things. Tell us about what got you started looking in the skies, grabbing your video cameras, and capturing these anomalies in the skies in your area.
Well, what really got me started was my friend. He said he was afraid of aliens and extraterrestrial beings, and so I went outside for the first time to look at the stars, and I don't know, I just saw something that was there and then it disappeared. But when I looked at it, it was only there for a couple of seconds, like a light. But when I looked at it, it felt like I was staring at it for like 5 minutes.
Oh shit! Oh, that got so bright. Do it again, come on. Oh my lord! Oh, that is so bright. Oh shit! Oh my god! That is so freaking bright. I'm gonna signal back with my... I'm signaling back with my light on my camera now.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. My name's Blake Cousins. We're gonna be speaking with a Navy veteran that served on the USS Dubuque in regards to an incredible sighting he witnessed in the Pacific. Hey James, thanks for joining us right here at Third Phase Moon. I would like to get into detail of what happened aboard the Navy vessel right here off the Pacific.
So it was early autumn of '86, and my ship was the USS Dubuque. It was home ported in Sasebo, Japan, and we were out of Sasebo bound towards the South China Sea.
Could you go more in depth on the description of what you experienced that night?
Well, what we used to do is, after watches, eve watches, that ended about 10, 11 at night, we'd go above decks outside the ship, which we weren't even really supposed to, and we'd do exercise. We'd do a workout. And often we'd stargaze, because a ship at sea, a Navy ship at sea at the time, runs completely darkened, and you can have a great view of the sky. And what happened one night is I looked up and I saw what appeared to be a star at first, a bright star, but then it started moving in these incredible, flying across the horizon from one end to the other and doing these figure eight patterns and circles, and it was just never seen anything like it.
Okay, so while you witnessed this, what was your reaction to what you witnessed? What was your prior thought of UFOs, and what did you do immediately after this sighting?
I had absolutely no belief in them whatsoever. I was baffled by what I was looking at. At first I thought perhaps it was a firefly above my head, but then I realized we were 2, 3, 4 days at sea in the middle of the ocean, and what I was looking at was very high up in altitude. And when I saw the motions it was making, I realized it had to be traveling at tens of thousands of miles an hour. It was faster than anything I'd ever seen, faster than even a meteorite.
Tell us about these angles that this unidentified object was, how it maneuvered.
It was, first it kind of rocketed back and forth, and then it started doing almost like an infinity pattern, if you will. Then there was some circles involved, and it moved crazily across the sky.
What was the response from your fellow shipmates to this experience you just had, and did they witness it themselves?
What I did is I went up to what was known as the 04 level, and that's where the lookouts were on the signal bridge. And I asked the guy on watch if he could see what I was seeing. I thought maybe I was seeing things, and he saw it too. But to my surprise, he wasn't really interested in it so much. He said, maybe it's a shooting star or something, and that didn't make any sense to me because it was just going back and forth. But he was totally disinterested in it. I was very surprised. Well, later in the week, I came across a message while working in the document destruction room of all places, and I saw that it was a report that had been forwarded from the Japanese self-defense force, air self-defense force, and they had been chasing a UFO off the coast of Japan, and they had some radar locks on it, and the report had specific information that they had targeted it with their radar. They hadn't apparently gotten very close to it, but they had radar confirmation of what they were chasing.
As far as the UFO phenomenon, what is your opinion on what the military knows?
In my opinion, the military knows quite a bit about what's going on. I don't think my sighting was the only one. I think our involvement, or the military's involvement, it goes beyond what most people can even imagine. It kind of scares me, to be honest with you.
We want to thank veteran James for sharing his incredible insight in regards to the matter that happened on the USS Dubuque. And we're doing something different right here. We're going on a ghost hunt. There's extreme paranormal activity in these surrounding areas. Hopefully they come out tonight for us. It looks like our contact has just arrived. All right, Dennis, I hear that there's a lot of extreme paranormal activity out here. What do we expect to see?
Depends on your imagination, really. Voices, sometimes you get a little brush by.
We hear that there's sometimes you could hear like maybe babies crying off in the distance. Do you think we might pick some of this up while we're out here?
Not so much babies crying, that'd be more like pigs. But you'll hear voices, children laughing, and women. You don't hear too many men.
What about UFOs? I hear there's extreme sightings here over the skies of Hawaii. Is this a hot spot for UFOs?
Sometimes. If you look up in the sky, you're always able to see something up here.
All right, Dennis. Well, let's get on the ghost hunt right now and see what we can uncover. Dennis, can you explain to us why do we need the spear?
Well, you're out here in the wild, and you never know what you're going to run into at night.
What about your first experience here in the forest? Tell us about it.
Kind of hair-raising. The hair on the back of your neck stands up over here. We heard voices, my son and I. Kind of like children playing from tree to tree.
Interesting. Do you think the connection between the other world, is there a residual, entity in this area?
Yeah, it might be from people left over from years past. I've not come across anything bad. I've heard stories where things follow people home. So you got to be kind of careful where you go and what you do out here.
Dennis, I know that your Native American ancestry goes way back. Can you tell us in the native tongue of what paranormal activity goes by?
Yeah, they go by different words. They don't have one direct. It's Quechua, for one, okay, and Manitou.
The Manitou.
Manitou is mostly your spirit. Everything has a Manitou. Every living thing, every man-made thing has a Manitou.
All right, so what should we be looking for? Are we in the zone right now?
Anywhere, yes. Anywhere around here, we're in the zone. But it's got to be more dark and a little more quiet.
Well, let's wait for it. We're going to keep the cameras rolling, and hopefully we get something tonight.
We'll move on down here to the end where the blood is at.
The blood, huh? So what is this blood all about that you just mentioned a little earlier?
The blood is the smell in the air. It could be from past battles or from pigs that have been killed.
Are you talking about the ancient battles of Hawaii?
Yeah, there's been a few up here. There's a burial ground a couple gulches over.
Blake and Brent walk through the forest as Mr. Peters shares stories of Indian folklore and Hawaiian legend as they come upon the scene where the paranormal activity was centered.
So you're saying this is the spot, Dennis? Go ahead, tell us.
Yeah, everywhere around here, you feel it. Right here especially, there's a lot of action. This is the old chicken pit right here.
Let's take a look at it. All right, Dennis, we're in the basic hotspot. Can you tell us what the suggestions are that we do right now?
Well, usually if you're in your hunting mode right now, you're quiet, okay? Unless you have the dogs, but we just listen and you hear things.
Blake and Brent interrupt production for a 20-minute period to see what they can sense.
When it gets a little more dark, a little more action for the nighttime activity. But for voices and paranormal,
Wait. Do you hear something? There's something coming in from that direction over there. Do you hear that?
There you go.
I see. Shh. I hear it right over there. You hear that? It sounds like a machine. Look, my hair's rising off my skin right there. This is kind of cool. Something's going down right now.
As the camera crew struggles
Smells
to
like
work
there's a
through an
smell of
overwhelming
death.
odor, Blake and Brent continue to
Sounds like
interview
the
Mr.
wind just
Peters.
shifted, and we got, I think, pigs in these gulches, and it's very obnoxious smelling. We're gonna have to deal with it, but it smells like death, big time. Is this?
It's the decay.
Could it be a ghost? I know ghost residue can leave off smells. Could it be a ghost, or do you think there's something
If
dead in the
smell
gulch?
goes away, then I think it just passed by.
Okay, well, let's listen for sounds again. Right
Actually,
now.
it is going away.
It's gone. It's gone. It was just here. There's death, a smell of death, and within a minute, it's gone. Something's going on weird here.
It just walks on by you.
What was that?
It'll walk right on by you. Sometimes you get a brush by.
No, it smells. I don't smell it anymore right here, and it's actually a little cooler than it was.
Yeah.
I could feel that the temperature has just dropped a couple degrees.
While Brent is speaking to Mr. Peters, there is an observance by the camera crew in the distant tree forest.
All right, the cameraman has just notified us that he's captured something while Brent was talking with Dennis. We're going to look at it right now and zoom in on it so we can take a look and share with the audience. You're just telling me that on the other side of this gulch is where the power becomes more evil?
A couple more gulches over, there's more activity. It's more spooky. It's not like here you hear the women's voices, children's, and they're laughing and giggling here. On that side over there, they're more hair-raising, the kind that'll follow you home.
Do we want that to happen? If we're going to prove something on Third Phase of Moon and our viewers, maybe we should push the envelope.
Or
And get
what do
to
you
advise that.
Well, that's a trip. That's a hiking trip back in there.
I see. Okay, well, it's getting dark. We might have to save this for another episode, but we've already heard some crazy things. And
Absolutely.
sounding like children laughing, just like
Dead
you said.
smells
passing us by. If it was a dead smell, it would have stayed with us.
Yes.
And it seemed to have walked by us. We're going to go over the audio and go over some of the EVPs that we possibly have captured already. And who knows, we might have captured an anomaly already on videotape. Let's keep an eye out and ears a little bit more and see if we could hear more paranormal activity.
Shoot.
Listen. Shh. Follow me. Dude, there's something. I just heard something move in these things, in this guinea grass.
Yeah. You gotta be careful.